Yes guys, it's your boy FMG back with another Undisputed video, and today we're gonna be reacting to the gameplay official trailer that they've put out. And for everyone who's excited for getting this game on console, make sure you watch this, because I have played this game on PC for quite a long time in early access when it's been updated so many times. The game has been good and the game has been bad. So I'm going to react to this trailer. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it, because when the game's going to release, there is going to be a big update for PC users, and obviously console users will be new to this. And I'll share my thoughts on whether I think the game's going to be successful or not. So let's just get straight into it. Remember, please leave a like and
the most authentic boxing video game to date. Whether you're a seasoned early
so yeah, let's just stop it there. Right, one thing they have got right is the venues. So many great venues.
Undisputed, the most authentic
the detail, the graphics on it looks mint. On the fighters, on the venues, on everything. Now, when you do start a fight, there's one bad thing I'd say, was that number one, the fighters walk into the ring. You have to skip that, and then you have to skip another thing. You have to skip about 5 things. So I'll say that's one thing that they need to sort out, because if someone doesn't skip it, you're gonna wait a long time to start fighting.
Or a newcomer, we're here to show you what makes this game so unique. At its core, Undisputed delivers a boxing experience like no other.
As you can see, the graphics are pretty much on point.
Punch selection, and
I mean, let's put it in
control of the ring. It's designed to bring you as close to the feeling of boxing as possible without the bruises.
So yeah, what you saw there was part of one of the updates. It's over the shoulder camera angle, and I did try it out when I was playing career mode, and I liked it. But to be honest, I did switch back to this camera angle because I found it easier to fight. But some people like the over the shoulder camera angle. It's really good.
First up, let's talk about
gameplay mechanics to see what's this.
Every step, every punch, every slip, the control is in your hands. The question is,
see, like now, I don't think this is the new gameplay, because I watched a 20-minute video on the developers of this game break down the new update and the finalized product. So one issue was, and I'm gonna play this back in slow speed, just put 0.5. So one issue was with body shots, as you can see now. So this is definitely the old gameplay. So Vasily Lomachenko, or Southpaw, goes for a body shot, and look, like, he isn't fully bending his legs, and you know, so I don't think this is. Yeah, so what body shots was the fighters pretty much standing up, very minimally bending their legs and going for a body shot. Whereas in the new update, it looks alright. So that's definitely one thing, and I'll put it back to normal speed now.
To rule the ring.
At the end of the day, everything comes down to how the gameplay mechanics are in the fighting. So as long as they can fix that, they'll be alright. Vasily Lomachenko, I'll say this now, is my favourite fighter to use in this game because of how realistic he felt. And Ali, obviously.
With more punches than ever before in a boxing game, the control scheme is intuitive yet deep. You have a huge range of...
I really like the knockdown system that they used, because L2, R2, and it got harder as you get knocked down more times per fight. But I like that because it got harder, and that was a good thing that they added.
Mastering the timing and combinations is key to outboxing your opponent. But it's not just about throwing punches. Defense is just as important. Utilize slips.
Yeah, this diagonal pivot that they added was okay as well. But But
blocks, and
I
footwork
definitely
to
think they
create
need to add
openings,
new ways to
evade
pivot
attacks,
also, because
and set up your counters.
it was pretty much, it was like, it's not unique to fighters. It's the same pivot for every single fighter. And it just felt, sometimes it did feel like we were using a skin, but
The chess match in the ring,
we'll have to
where
see how that
strategy
improves. Again,
and timing reigns
some body shots landing there where the fighter's not really going down, but
supreme.
so that diagonal pivot was what you saw there. Authentic fighter
Next, let's
roster.
dive
I mean,
into the roster.
look,
Undisputed features
over 70 licensed fighters. Obviously, like in the women's update, they added Clarissa Shields and all
roster
these
of
other
over
fighters, which is
70
great.
licensed fighters across
But like lightweights, obviously,
10 weight divisions.
you can see like it's this middleweight, so featherweight. I think it does have a lot of British fighters in. Scott Quigg, Anthony Crawler, you know, Josh Warrington, Carl Frampton,
Of any major boxing game ever.
all these
Whether
fighters.
you're stepping into the ring as a
But
legendary
I
champion like
definitely
Muhammad Ali,
will talk about that
Canelo
later.
Alvarez,
There's a
or
lot of
rising
fighters that are
stars
missing
like
in this
Sophie
game.
Alish or
I don't know if
Dalton
they're going to
Smith.
add them as DLCs, but
Every fight feels
we
exciting.
definitely need more fighters.
In boxing, styles make fights, and in Undisputed, we've tried to replicate fighters' attributes through detailed
I like
stats,
this
instant
detailed
traits,
attributes and trait
wide
system.
range of movesets, and personalized AI behavior for marquee fighters. For example, if you're playing against Joe Frazier, you'll notice his swarmer style that puts constant pressure on opponents.
Joe Fraser's, again in heavyweights, from my experience going into a fight, there's a big chance you're going to come up against Joe Fraser. And he is, how they've made him realistic, but that left hook is, I think, maybe slightly too overpowerful, because a lot of people just went into fights and started spamming left hooks. And the way Joe Fraser does it is he kind of leaps into it and throws that left hook, which is too overpowered in my opinion. But
If you find yourself up against Deontay Wilder,
Wilder's
keep
right
an eye
hand
out for those
goes
power
without
shots
saying.
that can end the fight at any moment. if
Anybody
you're
who
not
knows how to
careful.
use Wilder is a threat to anyone.
Every
and
champion
Look how
has a
realistic he
story,
looks as well.
and in Undisputed, so will you.
Career mode,
Career
I
mode
mean,
lets
you know, they talked about this for a long time and then they released it. But, I mean, with Steel City, this company that made this game, they didn't have a lot of budget for career mode. Obviously, now what you're seeing now is when you start career mode, the first thing you'll do is do an amateur tournament, and after that you'll get to pick your coach, cutman, and your promoter, I think, is it, or yeah.
from the ground up.
Career mode was okay, but like I said, you know, when you work your way through 60 rated, 70 rated, 80 rated, and then you get a world title shot and you win, like you win the belt, the WBC belt or the IBF belt. It's just a blank screen with a picture of the belt. That's it. You know, you don't see your fighters walking out with the belt or in the ring, but they have added that, and it will come in launch. So that's one good thing.
As an amateur and carefully select your path.
I mean, the amateur career is not really an amateur career. It's basically just an amateur tournament, and where you win. And
Impacting choices around everything.
But
Selecting.
like I said, after all these updates that came out throughout the 2 years, I'll say, in this game is early access. You know, sometimes the AI was good, sometimes but was bad. But I mean, my experience was with these AI fighters was that a lot of them, especially in career mode, it just felt like whether it was Canelo, whether it was Kell Brook, or whether it was Daniel Jacobs, because I did it as a middleweight, and a lot of them just felt like it was a skin, and it was the same mechanics. The fighter was coming at me the same way, and it didn't feel unique. So I definitely want to see that change.
Journey impacting choices around everything from selecting your coaches and cut men.
This bit's alright, you know. Working your way up, getting better coaches, cut men.
Master your way to the top.
You know, finding new opponents, negotiating your fights.
Work towards becoming
I really like what they did there.
Manage your training camps.
And all of this is pretty much just simulation. You know, picking out different routines. Obviously, you can customize your fighter how you want them to be, slugger or boxer or whatever, but all of this felt like a chore, and I didn't like doing any of this. And I think they could have changed it, because I don't play UFC, but I remember in UFC 2, like, even in the training, you could simulate it, but also you could go on the bags or do some ground and pound work. And I think if they added that, it'd make it much better, but they haven't, and I don't think they will. And, you know, every time in career mode, you're going to do this a lot. Just click X and just tap X and just
Choose your fights
do
wisely
that, so.
and develop your skills over time. If you manage your career correctly, you'll find yourself winning belts and maybe even becoming the undisputed champion. The path to greatness is never easy, but the journey is what makes it
This
worthwhile.
is all good, this. Online multiplayer, I mean, on
Ready to
PC,
take on
you know, the community was awful, toxic community. Everyone, obviously, there was a lot of overpowered punches from my experience. Definitely the step back right hand was too overpowered. You know, you've got obviously Fraser's hook. Uppercuts to the body was a joke, honestly. To throw an uppercut to the body, like, I'm talking, if you're Tyson Fury, the tallest fighter, guy with the longest reach, no joke, you could throw an uppercut from the other side of the ring and it'd probably hit the fighter. And you know, uppercuts were more like a long stretch to the fighter's stomach, whereas, you know, you should have to earn the uppercut. You should have to be close in and, you know, throw it. But yeah, I do know that they fixed that, so that's a good
Maybe
thing.
just some friends. Undisputed also offers online
But definitely,
multiplayer,
I think the game will
which
be
allows
better on
you to go
console. So now, going back to what I said about the fighters, you know, obviously they did add new fighters as the game was progressing in PC. For example, the Eastern Assassin, Larry Holmes, they added him, and he's pretty good to use. He's accurate to how he was as a fighter. But I do think that, considering Fight Night was over 10 years ago, and in that we had Mike Tyson, you know, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and I think if it's a boxing game, you definitely need Mike Tyson. Obviously, we've got current heavyweights, Fury, Usyk, but there's no Anthony Joshua. But heavyweights aside, Klitschko, we definitely need Floyd Mayweather. Current lightweights that are pretty much the face of boxing, Gervonta Davis. You know, we need Gervonta Davis. We've got Ryan Garcia. We need Devin Haney. You know, maybe Hamza Shiraz. We've got Conor Benn, but I'd love to see Eubank. So many
head-to-head
fighters
against
that
other players
they could
and
have
prove
added.
you're the best in the ring. Custom lobbies enable you to set up private games against friends.
Yeah, this
Online
everyone will have
queues
fun on
allow
this.
you to match up and test your skills against gamers from around the globe. Whether you're a competitive player looking for that ranked leaderboard experience, or you're just looking for a few fun fights, step into the global arena and let your fists do the talking.
I never understood
Now
prize
let's talk
fights.
about prize fights. This mode adds
It's
a
just,
unique
I
twist
just
to
think
the
it's
in-ring
pointless, to be
experience,
honest.
offering you the chance to take on special fights with unique conditions. Prize fights are more than just regular bouts. They're rotating, time-limited events with their own unique point-scoring system.
Yeah, I don't see the point
Each
in
prize
this.
fight has a unique set of conditions, such as which
I don't
fighters are
think.
used,
I think this will be the
which
least
rounds
played
of the
mod
fight
on the
you're
game.
jumping into. Head back to prize fights regularly to find new challenges to tackle.
I mean, this character creator one's an interesting to talk about, because obviously, like, they do have a lot of
you can make your mark
mods,
with extensive customization options.
not really that much customization when it comes to the body. The face, you can fully
Including your
customize
fighter's
that.
look, movement, and outfit.
Boxing style, I
also
mean,
select
it's
exactly
limited.
how you
The shorts, there's only 3
fight,
pairs.
making your in-ring skills as unique as your look.
Tattoos,
Choose
yeah,
your punch
you know,
and
fight style.
assign stat
That's all
points to
good,
the
but
areas you care about.
I mean, I don't. For those of you who have followed this game for a long time, when it was called ESBC, Esports Boxing Game, the videos that they used to put out of character customization was in so much more detail than it is here, from the hair to the body, and it looked really good. And I think they've downgraded from that. So that's, they definitely need more customization.
Which allow you to do things like increase
Because a lot
your
of people,
power
you know,
or get
would
a
love to
second
play career
win
mode on
late
this.
in a fight.
But, you know, it definitely has to change.
Undisputed isn't just
Caleb Plant, one of the new
boxing
fighters that
game.
I did,
It's
excited to
box-
use Another one, Dmitry Bivol.
See experience
Excited to use him.
with its authentic mechanics, extensive roster, and multiple
But
game
yeah,
modes.
that
It's
is
a game
it.
that offers endless.
Anyone who's on console, definitely you should be looking forward to this. Should be definitely looking forward to this, and I am gonna get it on console as well. But yeah, overall positive feedback from that. I've said what they need to improve, and they have said that they are gonna improve on these things. And obviously, this is a company that has started out with a low budget, but since this game's been in development, constantly they've been interacting with the fans and the community, trying to make this game as best as they can. So yeah, make sure you stay on here, because every day, every other day, I'm gonna be posting Undisputed content, whether that's fights, talking about different things, or you know, addressing new updates or game mechanics that they've added, anything related to Undisputed. So yeah, that is it. Make sure you check out this YouTube channel. I've got a lot of other videos, and I'm going to be posting more on Undisputed content, or any other games that you want to see. Fortnite, Undisputed, obviously Black Ops 6 is coming out. We'll definitely be covering that. And also on Twitch, because sometimes I stream on there. And FMG, I'll link it. Be sure to check Twitch out, because that's when I just do so many fights on Undisputed. And anyone who wants to fight can just go on there and message. So please subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next video.